Hi, and welcome to the Krikey AI animation full product tutorial. So today we're going to walk through the entire animation software product and learn how to make our first video, whether it's for social media, an explainer video, a podcast or music video, maybe it's a lesson plan, whatever you're here to make, we're going to dive in today together and make our first animation video. So to start, we go to the Krikey.ai website. That's Krikey.ai, and you can see the spelling up here on the top left. You type that directly into your browser window and you come to the home page. And once you're here, you can of course scroll down through the page, or you can go to the top right and click log in, or you can also click make a free video. And that's going to prompt you to sign in with your email. And it is completely free, so you just sign in with your email, and once we're logged in, the first screen that you're going to see is the video editor. So now we are on the Krikey video editor. And the first thing you see is the choice of character. So you can create your own character. So if I click on AI character creation, it's going to allow me to upload a photo, choose a style, so I can choose anime, cartoon, or a K-pop style character, and then create my character. I can generate an image, it'll give me a few choices, and then it'll turn that into a 3D model. Now this process can take a few minutes, maybe even up to 10 minutes, depending on the complexity of the image that you upload and the process that it takes to create a 3D character. So because we don't want to wait 10 minutes in our tutorial today, we are going to choose this button that says choose from the gallery. Now you can access this if we go back to the front page of the video editor. You can choose select a character here. And now I have a library of characters that I can choose from. So let's say I scroll down and maybe I want to choose the duck. So I'm going to select the duck and it takes me to the next choice. I can either make a talking avatar video or I can make a music video. Now if I click make a talking avatar video, it's going to take me to this screen where I can see the character that I have chosen, which is the duck. I can describe the video that I want to make. So for example, a holiday card for my second grade class on the importance of kindness. And so what we're describing here is what are we making, who are we making it for, and what is it about? And let's take a look at another prompt. Make a video in the first person by a teacher named Annie introducing herself to her students. And again, here the prompt frame is what are we making and who are we making it for? Let's see another prompt. A welcome video presentation for a new employee made in first person by an HR lead for the car rental company Speed Bump. So again, we are using the text prompt, we're telling the AI tool who is this video for, who's making the video, and what is it about. And all of this context helps generate the script and the animations for the video. You also have the choice to choose animation categories here. Now, in this case, it's an HR video, and so the explainer video category makes sense, presentation makes sense, but maybe jump zone doesn't because I don't really want my character to jump, so I can X that out. If I click the box here, it gives me a drop-down menu of other types of animations that could be included in my video. The next step would be to choose my voice. And here I can listen to a bunch of different voices, and if I click on a voice, it'll give me a preview of what it sounds like.
Hello, this is my voice.
Hello, this is my voice.
And once you've decided the type of voice you want, you've selected it, and then you can click Generate My Video. Now, we're not going to generate an explainer video today, so I'm going to take us back one more time to the original choices. Our choices were to make a talking avatar video or to make a music video. So now let's take a look at the second choice, make a music video. So I'm going to click this, and it gives me a similar screen with slightly different text prompts. So here I need to describe my music video. So let me put in a sample prompt. Country song, male vocals about celebrating my best friend's birthday. So similarly, we structure the text prompt starting with the music genre. So in this case, country music. We want to have male vocals, and this is optional. You don't have to describe the vocals, but we have added that here. and then about the topic. And in this case, the topic is, this is a birthday greeting for my best friend. I could even put in my friend's name, and that will become a part of the lyrics. Let's take a look at another prompt. Light pop male vocals song about the periodic table of elements. So this might be fun for a science class or for a lesson plan, or maybe even for a report that a student is making for their class project. And in this case, again, the structure of the text prompt, we start with our music genre, which is light pop, male vocals. We could say female vocals or leave it blank, about the periodic table of elements. So we're telling it what we want the lyrics to be about in the second part of the text prompt here. Let's take a look at one more. Reggae song, male vocals, about how to create a tutorial video in 3 steps. So again, music genre, describing the vocals, and what the song is going to be about. And in this case, it's a tutorial video. So we have explainer video animations. Walk, cycle, and Irish jig maybe are not the types of animation movements that I want in my music video. So I'm going to X those out. I'm going to come in and take a look at some of the other choices here. So I don't need disco, make a speech, maybe teaching could be good. So I might add that, and let's see, maybe I want to add professor. So this is giving the AI tool an idea of the types of animations you'd like to see in your music video. The next thing that you can select is duration. So here I want maybe a 15-second song. I can use this toggle bar on the right to determine how long my music video is. And then the last thing is we want to check this box to make sure we include song lyrics in our video when it's generated. So let's see, we'll go with this one. Country song, female vocals, about how to market your small business. I've chosen some animations here. Oh, it changed them. So I need to change these back. So I don't know if I want invitation maker. Maybe I want to keep it to conversation and presentation. And let's take a look now if I click generate my music video to see how our music video turned out. Amazing. So now we have our music video. Let's play it back and see how it sounds.
Got a little dream and a sign on the door. Now shout it out loud so they all want more.
That was very cute. So now let's take a look at where we are. So we are actually inside the video editor, and let's get oriented. And we'll start here on the top left. So we have on the top bar a bunch of different options. So there's file, where you can go back to your dashboard to see all your projects. You can save this project, download video. We've got some settings, which we'll come back to. There's a help center. Now let's say I need this video for social media. So I could very easily click any of these options to resize the video. And if I do, for example, click story, what it's going to do is give me these bars on the left and right so I can see if my character is inside the vertical bars. And this helps me ensure that, for example, if this character's wings go outside, I can see that and decide if I need to move my character to the left or right. In this case, I think that's fine, so I'm going to leave it as it is. But this is a great way to see, does your video work for all aspect ratios depending on where you're exporting and sharing it after creating. We also have a translate feature up here on the top bar where you can choose any language. You can choose different voices. You can preview the voice and then quick translate the video. Now, for any video you're making, whether you're working on a marketing campaign, a social media campaign, maybe you've got a presentation to make, you need more than just a video. So in that case, you might need images of your character in different poses. So what I've done here is I've clicked capture mode on the top bar, and it's given me this option where I can drag this box to fit my character. and then I can choose transparent background because maybe I just want the character, and then I can hit capture. So I can extract this character in any pose and get a high resolution still image with transparent background that I can put into my presentations, my website, my newsletter, my flyers, my poster, whatever you're creating. If you have a brand mascot, you want to not only animate your videos with the brand mascot, you also want to be able to get character poses and still images to use in other marketing materials. Now let's come back to the editor. Another thing you might need to do is actually make GIFs. And so you can choose a character from the carousel here. You can choose any animation. And if I click into an animation, I can see the previews here. And then you can download a transparent GIF. And what that means is, again, just the character doing the motion with a transparent background. So you can layer this GIF on top of other images in your presentation, your website, your newsletters, your social media posts. So again, this is a full service kit. So you get to create your character, animate your character, make it talk, make it sing. You can take still images, you can export GIFs, and all of this is done right here in the video editor directly in your browser window. There is no extra software download required. So that's a quick look at the top bar here. Now on the left side, let's go down this row. Before we dive in and click those icons, let's take a look at this purple box on the left. This is our chat agent, so I can actually edit my video directly here without even clicking any of the icons on the left bar. So for example, maybe I want my character to smile. So I'm going to click Customize Face Expressions, and it gives me this carousel of options. And I want my character to be happy, so I'm going to click the happy icon. And we can see now that the duck is smiling. The next thing I can do is I could change my animations. So let me click Customize Animations. Now in this video, I have two animations. I have this one followed by this one. So let's play back on the right side just so you can see what this looks like.
Got a little dream and a sign on the door. Now shout it out loud.
So now we've seen this first animation, or a bit of the first animation. So now if I want to replace that, I would click the first animation here, and it says, please select an animation for your project. So now it's going to replace what I have here with something that I select. So let me scroll through and take a look here. I can see the titles of the different animation packs. So maybe I want, let's see, I want to maybe make it seem like a talk show. So I'm going to select that, and then let's see, maybe we can choose one of these. Let's do this one. And now the first animation in my video is different. I have replaced it with the one I just chose, and so we can play it back and see how it looks.
Got a little dream and a sign on the door. Now shout it out loud so they all want more.
That was great. So I'm really happy with that first animation. I like that it's been replaced. Now let's work on the backgrounds. So in my choices here on the left, I don't see background, but there are more choices down here. So down at the bottom, there's a horizontal scroll, and here we go. Now I've found Customize Background. So I'm going to click on that, and now I have two backgrounds in my video. So I have this background and then this one. So I do want to replace both of them. So let me click the first one. So now it's giving me some choices. So I can add a 3D background, I can upload an image, or I can generate a new image. So maybe let's start with generate a new image. So it says, please select an existing image or send a message describing the image you want. So now I have the opportunity to AI generate an image for my background. So I'm going to say 3D cartoon, bright, friendly, empty park with rolling green hills and a sandbox in the front of the image. Let's see how this turns out. And if I don't like this, I can always go back and choose a different image from the library of images that are available. All right, so now we've got rolling green hills and a sandbox behind our character. So now I can actually, let's see on the right here, I could resize this image. So maybe I want to zoom in because I want that duck to be in the sandbox. And I can move the image up or down. So then I can move it down a little bit. And now I've got the rolling green hills, the sandbox, and my duck. So now let's come back. We're going to click on the left side, customize backgrounds again, because we want to change the second background. So I'm going to click that now. And I have the option to add a 3D background and upload a new image or generate a new image. So I'm going to click that. And I have actually generated some images before, so it gives me a carousel of options. So I can go back and choose something that I have already generated previously. So let's say I want to choose this image. And so now I can choose this image and I've got my two images behind my character. Now let's say I want to customize my script. So I could click on this. And in this case, I actually have a music video. So I can't customize the script for the music video. So now let's take a look at the icons on the left bar. So I can't edit my script because this is a music video, so I'm going to skip that. But if this was a talking video, tutorial, explainer video, I could come in here and actually edit my script and regenerate with different voices. If I click animations, this gives me access to the entire animation library. So I can look through and see all the different types of animations. These are categorized by group. So all of the K-pop style animations are in one category. Anything related to ballet will be in here. So if I click on that, I can actually see previews of the different ballet animations if I wanted to choose any of them. And I can always go back to the main gallery and scroll. Or I can search. So if I wanted, for example, a twirl, I can click that, click the search bar, and it'll give me all the different animations that have a twirl in them. So I can very quickly see what I might want to put into my project. On the left side, I can also click character, and here I can choose any character out of the library. I can also click this button to go make myself a custom character, and all of these characters are pre-rigged. So if I click, for example, the cow, it's automatically going to animate with the body motions and lip sync that I have in this video. So let's play it back to take a look.
Got a little dream and a sign on the door. Now shout it out loud so they all want more.
So everything works with any character. Now let's say I want to try this anime character. So I can immediately click and it will automatically appear in the right side in my video editor window.
Got a little dream and a sign on the door. Now shout it out loud so they all want more.
And any of these characters will work, and you can create your own character as well. So that's a quick look at the character icons. Now let's take a look at background. So here I have my uploads, I have AI generated images, 3D environments, and lots of stock photo images. So I can choose any of these and replace my backgrounds. I would always want to click up here on the top, which background do I want to replace? I would click that and then go choose one of these. So let's say I want to go into 3D environments and maybe I want to choose this beautiful rainbow. So I can do that and immediately it'll replace that particular background. And it's the same thing for animations. You always want to select an animation to replace on the top before you go browse and choose an animation. Now let's go down and take a look at some of the other icons here. We have present, which allows us to add a presentation screen behind our character. So let's say, for example, this is a photo slide deck that I'm showing and I want it to be on a projector screen behind my character. It now appears here, and I can see on the left side, on the right side, there is a little icon here that says present, and this image is here. So if I click this image, it gives me this menu on the right side. And I can choose, for example, if I want this to appear inside a laptop, or I want it to appear inside of a mobile phone, I can change the object in which the image appears. Now, I want this maybe to be to the left of my character. Maybe I want it to be a little larger. So in this case, I would resize the projector to be a little bigger. Maybe I want the image inside the projector to fill the screen. So I can use these slider bars to do that. Now this phone is actually a 3D object. So I can also rotate this phone up and down. Let's say I want to rotate left and right, so it's sort of facing the character. This is excellent if you've got a product or a project that you want to put inside the phone and have the character interacting with it. So now that's a quick look at what is the present mode. Now I'm going to come back down to this icon down here, which says present, and it has our image. I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to click the trash icon to remove it from my project. Let's come back over to the left side. For audio, you can upload audio you've recorded of your own voice or of a voice actor and automatically lip sync it with the character. For face, you can change facial expressions, hand gestures. You can see here on the top, there's the right hand and the left hand. And so you can control what hand gesture your character has at any moment of your script and dialogue to emphasize a particular point. We also have effects. So if we come over to effects, we can see these little icons. So I could even add like a little light bulb icon or a to-do list, or if I wanted the punch effect, if I'm doing some anime work. So all of these are added. You can see here on the right, I now have a row that says effects. So if I scroll through, you can see these effects are here. And let's say I want this to be smaller because I think it's come out too big. So I would select it and then size it down just by dragging and dropping. And I can also just delete it if I don't want to have these in my project. I would select the item here on the right and then click the trash icon. Filters are pretty self-explanatory. There's black and white, there's sepia, and this would cover the entire video. Music, if we want to regenerate the music track, we can always come over here, click Generate AI Music, type in the prompt, the duration, make sure we toggle on singing vocals if we want lyrics, and then click Generate. You can also upload your own background music and put all of that right in here. We have separated music in this icon and then audio in this icon. Audio is for dialogue or speaking, and then music is for music. Now we're going to come back on the left side to the backgrounds icon for a second, because there are two more things hidden in here which are really important. One is camera, and you can find these. You can see where my mouse is on the top. So we were in backgrounds. Now I've clicked on camera, and I have the option of all these different camera angles. And on the right side, I'm going to come over to expand timeline, which is here on the far right, so we can see where are the camera angles. I have a wide shot here and a mid shot here. Now I can replace either one of these camera angles with any of these in the camera menu. I can also go over on the top left here to lights, and if I click on lights, it's going to show me the different lighting options. In this case, I've got 3-point lighting, but I can also choose any other lighting option off of the menu. Now, let's take a look at what's happening over here on the right. I have different rows that separate out the creative elements of my video. So the first row is animations, which we already worked on. We've got backgrounds, which we changed together. We have camera angles, lighting, dialogue, which is the vocals for our music track, and then the music itself. We have a present track, which doesn't have anything on it right now because we deleted the presentation image. We have a happy facial expression. We have right hand gestures, left hand gestures. We didn't add any, so the default is idle. And then we've got effects, which we looked at, but also decided we don't need in this video, so we deleted those. And so this here on the right is called the timeline editor. And this gives you every creative element of your video broken out so you have full creative control after you AI generate your video, if you want to edit. And this is optional. There's no forced reason that you need to edit, but it is here if you'd like it. Now, let's say this is all too much for you and you would rather use the AI agent chat to edit your video. You can come back over to the bottom left here where it says beta, click on this chat icon, and come right back into the chat box. And if you click on any of these buttons, like down here on the bottom, it says customize character. I want to choose store characters. I can scroll through, and let's see if we can find our duck again somewhere here. You can click on the duck and it appears here. And the same thing, if I wanted to edit my animations, I could click right here and edit them. If I wanted to customize my backgrounds, I could choose which background I want to replace and edit that right here. Same thing with facial expressions. I can choose my facial expression right here. Everything you need is right in the chat agent, so you don't have to interact with the timeline editor or any of the detailed menus on the left side if you'd rather not do that. You also have these granular slider bar controls on the right, so that is always there. If you click any of these items, you will get that extra menu on the right. Now let's say I'm done with my project and I'm ready to go. I would come over to the top right and I would click download video. And here I have the choice to download a video, a GIF, or an FBX file. And this is a 3D file format, which you might be able to use in other software tools for game development or further animation. Now, most people, you will probably choose video, and then you'll be able to export in whatever size you'd like. You also have the option of enabling HD recording, so you can toggle this on to take a preview look at what your character and background looks like with the HD filter. Now, one more thing I'm going to talk about before we end the tutorial is move character. Now, this is right here on the bottom right. There's a button that says move character. If I click on that, it gives me this little menu here. Now here I can actually move my character left or right inside the scene. I can move my character forward or backwards. I can move my character up or down. I can even rotate my character because this is in 3D space. I can size my character up or down. Now the one thing to remember, when you move your character, it moves the character across the entire video. And so just because you change your character position here, it may also impact your character position here. And so the way to avoid this is to use your camera angles to adjust your character position. So here, if I click on this wide shot, I'm going to come back, minimize that so I can see my character. I can actually use my camera angles to adjust the position of the character rather than the move character menu. They're both available and they both control the character and the scene in different ways. And it's just one more way that we give you creative control of what you're trying to tell in your story. Now, if you have any questions, please feel free to email us at support@krikey.com. We are happy to answer any questions. You can always come in, customize your character by uploading a photo. Maybe you have a brand mascot or you want to animate yourself. It's very easy to come in and do that really quickly here. Now, one more, I always say one more because there's so many features in our animation software tool that I'm excited to share with you. Now, one more thing that you can do if you go to Krikey.ai is access, and this is a secret tip, is access our podcast tool. Now, this is not yet in the main view, so this is going to be a sneak peek at how you access our animated cartoon podcast tool. So you can click the podcast icon right there, and it'll take you to this secret screen. And here you can describe your podcast, or you could upload a PDF, or you could drop in a link to a blog post, and it'll automatically generate a podcast with two different characters. And again, the same thing here. You can click here to change your character. It'll ask you which character you want to change. you can click on it and very easily change which character appears on the left side of the screen here, or the right. And as well, you can change your background, you can even customize your script, and here we can actually see the whole script broken down with character 1 and character 2 with the voices, and you can regenerate the entire project. Now let's say I want to come back and customize my character, and I want to choose, let's choose the bear here. So now I can play this back.
Hey there. Today we're diving into how Krikey AI animation is changing the game by allowing small businesses to create stunning cartoon music videos in seconds. Isn't that fascinating?
Absolutely. It's a game changer for marketing.
So we'll pause it there. And again, you can put in whatever you'd like to create your own podcast. And what you do is you just describe it here, you drop in a blog post, or you can upload a PDF. You can tell us how long you want this cartoon podcast to be. Pick your characters, your voices, and generate. And it's very easy to quickly create animated cartoon content using the Krikey AI video editor. And we're back now here at the beginning of the video editor process, where you can create your character, you can choose what type of video you want to make, whether it's a talking avatar video, a music video, or a podcast, and start animating. So whether you're making social media content, explainer videos, lesson plans, book reports, marketing content for your small business, we are here to support you. We are excited to help you animate your brand mascot or yourself, and we look forward to seeing what you create. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial, and we hope you enjoy using Krikey AI animation tools.